Hello, everybody. I'm David Palmer. I'm a statistics and data science professor at BYU, Idaho, and I'm here with Owen Morales, who's a student of mine, top-notch student. And he's going to talk us through his uh, project.
I will.
Before we jump in, though, maybe you can just summarize for us what is the overarching research question and why did you choose that topic?
Well, the data set is coming from the Consumer Financial Privacy Bureau. And it's basically the CSV contains data that has been tokenized. So instead of having personal data, it contains XXXX to protect privacy. It can come from different sources as like credit cards or maybe loans or mortgage or other complaints. But basically, at my current work, I'm working to put privacy on some data so we can run it through AI. I'm just wondering how doing that affects it. So this was just a data example I found among the many others, but that's pretty much it.
Okay. Yeah, maybe where did you find this data come from? And as you read the data in and prepped it for analysis, what was the biggest headache that you came across?
The data, I just found it on the official website. It's literally an organization called Consumer Financial Privacy Bureau who takes care of like making sure everything is like private before going to AIs or other sources. So that's where I found it.
Mm.
And one of the things I found more challenges, which
Yeah,
I
show us.
thank you, which I actually mentioned here, is that when I was running the CSV, I'm not getting that CSV from like I didn't download it. It's an API call that I'm doing. And as I was running it, it was pretty hard to load it. And then I noticed there was like a huge delay because there's so many rows. So I added a cap of 10,000 to run, which I think it's more than enough to run the whole thing and see the data and other, yeah, how it's behaving.
Okay. Yeah. Well, maybe give us a 30-second, 1 minute walkthrough of your graphs and your thinking.
Mhm. Yes, I will. So here's a cool graph I did. In fact, I think it's the best one I did. I did that using the library SF, and I like it so much because, as you can see, it's pretty plain to see where it's the most being redacted among all the other sections we have. But you can see like Texas is one of the biggest ones here, and I mean there's other trends here, of course, but you can clearly see which state specifically has the average or the higher average reductions by
New
state.
Mexico, right?
hmm
Yeah.
Is this in Mexico?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is Texas.
And that Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas is the one to the right.
Okay,
There
okay.
you go.
So yeah, New Mexico and Arizona seems to be like the highest ones.
Yeah.
Um,
Any guesses why that is?
well, I have some guesses, maybe not the most ethical ones, but I do think there's a high concentration of Latinos here. And they tend to be more open towards like on the phone or maybe talking with people, more confident about giving private information. So that's a wild guess I took, but I didn't run any analysis or anything like that.
Okay.
Um, I did create a bar chart here just to show among all the other sections we have, what are the ones that are the most common. All of them are pretty much the same, but it's just interesting to see that the credit reporting or other personal consumer reports are the ones that have the highest average reductions when it comes to seeing the string or whatever they're analyzing.
Mm-hmm.
And here, well, you can definitely see a trend here on the average narrative length and the average tokenization reductions. There's like an outliner here where you can see even if it's credit reporting or other personal, it seems to still have a lot of reductions. So it makes me think like, is like whoever institution doing these interactions having like a good privacy template, like, oh, please don't give me this information, or be aware that you shouldn't give me this information, or things like that. Or
Oh,
if it's completely mandatory that they do.
so each bubble is a different category from the chart above.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Okay.
these are student loans, this is money transfer. I did use Plotly to make it interactive, so that's kind of nice.
Mm-hmm.
And it also says amount of narratives of that specifically scenario.
Yeah, that is interesting. I'm not sure why that there's just a lot more of those types of companies out there working those generic. Seems like a broad category.
Mhm.
Yeah. Anything else that looks like there's maybe one more?
I just did a little table to show anything or above the 75 percentile of tokens counts is where scrubbing hits hardest. So
Okay.
I just did that for fun because I really wanted to know that, but the rest are just interpretation, AI usage. And
Yeah, so that actually is my next question is if you're talking to a policymaker or someone who's working in this area, what would you recommend or what would you say to them? What advice?
when I asked myself that question, I didn't really think about someone on that area. I was thinking more AI
All right.
or how are we tokenizing this? How are we hiding all that information? And I was thinking like how much data we're losing by doing this, but there's also nothing we can do about it. Like at my work, we need to hide the I numbers, for example.
Mm-hmm.
And it would be cool and beneficial for the AI, for example, that will go through all of that to see like the I numbers and maybe creating trends among them. But it's unethical, right? So that's the only thing I would say, like make your privacies or privacy rules hard, but also like try to be flexible so you can have the most context.
Okay, that's great. Great advice. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.